Hey man, say man, it's your boy Big Dreams. Welcome back to the channel. Before we carry on any further with this video, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, most importantly, make sure y'all subscribe and hit that post notification bell set it to all. We is back with another bang video, back with another reaction video, man. And today we are reacting to Drake is Still Losing on Jamari YouTube channel. We finna dig in here and see what's going on. I'm not gonna make the opening of this video too long. All I ask is that y'all smash that like button so this video can rank higher in the algorithm. Go crazy in the comments. Let me know what you want me to react to. And if you're watching me, you're not subscribed, man, subscribe. That's all I ask. Finna go on here and dig into this video though, man.
So at this point, it's been over 3 months since the climax of the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. And since I last spoke about it on my channel, a lot has happened. On Kendrick's side, he's really only done 2 things. But if this was a boxing match, it would be like him landing 2 massive right hooks after he noticed Drake's legs started to wobble. Obviously, the first thing he did was host the pop-out concert back on Juneteenth. Here we saw Kendrick perform for over an hour and a half. And this was the first time we would see him since he released the hit record Not Like Us. Obviously, the crowd was sold out. It felt like a very big moment. Dr. Dre introduces him and he comes out to set the tone with Euphoria. Kendrick would then go on to perform some of his biggest hits from Humble to DNA, Money Trees, and All Right to name a few. He would also play 616 in LA and even bring Dr. Dre back out to perform Still Dre and California Love. Now obviously the highlight of this concert and the moment that everyone was kind of waiting for was when Kendrick would perform Not Like Us, spinning the #1 record in the world 6 times as the crowd sang every word back to him every single time.
This was probably one of the most historical concerts of this age, to be honest, bro.
Kendrick would bring a bigger and bigger crowd out on stage, with people both famous and culturally affiliated up there to dance on Drake's grave. And during this concert, Drake fans everywhere were scrambling, very upset that an arena full of people, including LeBron James, were rapping along to their GOAT being called a PDF file.
Drake texts you like, am I letting you down?
Yeah, what I tell you?
What did you say to him?
He said that I could never let you down.
Drake fans in general have been unwell since the destruction of Drake began. Like, it's been almost 4 months since the inception of the direct beef, and many of his bot fan pages have been crying ever since, with some of them becoming so delusional that they actually think Drake won. Amongst the Drake dick riders, Academics is obviously the most famous, even creating a separate Twitter page for the sole purpose of creating positive Drake propaganda and a ton of Kendrick slander, several times having to delete tweets in a very embarrassing fashion because they were straight up lies trying to make Kendrick's relationship look like it's falling apart. And we will get back to that, as well as the other allegation that Kendrick's best friend Dave Free is the father of his kid, here in a second. But for now, let's talk about what Drake has been up to, because the guy's been a mess. At first, he kept going out of his way to try and push this narrative that Kendrick's diss record was only #1 and only broke records on YouTube and Spotify because of bots that he paid for. He did this via a Kickstream chat room where he wrote in, "Hey Pragmatic, can we take it back to 2022? Can you backdoor Eddie like Spotify backdoored the streams for that one song from that one guy?" And of course, Academics would run with this narrative for weeks trying to spread it around online. Like, he even went as far as to interview a 16-year-old kid who claimed he was the one who got these alleged botted streams for Kendrick.
So somebody reaches out to you for 30 million streams. What'd you tell them? How much money?
So I was promised payments after, but up front I was promised 5K.
Okay.
They told me it was for a big artist. Promised 5K up front.
Okay.
They sent me 2.5K, and then I was also promised after the song performed, I was also going to receive, a little percentage of the song, so points on the song. They also, the reason they did it is because they also needed that song to win.
Now Academics would later have to eat the...
Bruh, this is OD. They trying to sit up here and say all the views from Not Like Us is bot views, bruh. Please. Ain't nothing about Not Like Us bots, bro. That song is all over the place. As much as that song has been played, the views and the revenue that song has bought in is well deserved. Ain't nothing about that bot, nothing.
He talked to someone
that ain't no bot.
Information over at Spotify who claims all the Kendrick streams were legit.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I talked to my man from Spotify. I won't say the name right now, but legit Spotify nigga. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what that person on your stream was talking about. Them streams them Kendrick streams is real.
And to me, not only
They
did
is,
this theory
bro.
seem pretty far-fetched.
They only sitting up here discrediting the whole thing because of the amount of attention that song has brought in, bro. How you gonna sit up here talking about something is bot views, bro? When the song is literally being played in clubs, NBA games, WNBA games, probably NFL games. They probably playing it, excuse me, I burped a little bit, but they probably playing it at Major League Baseball games, doggone soccer games, doggone hockey games. They probably playing it over in London. They probably playing it in Asia. That song is being played all over the world. Literally, time after time after time after time. And they just trying to discredit that jump, bro, because it has brought in so much freaking attention and revenue. The freaking song, the video itself has such a big impact, bro. The restaurant, I think it was Tam's Burgers that Kendrick and Mustard was in at like one part of the video. They sales shot up 40% in 1 week. The song has literally had a big impact on culture, bro. You can't discredit
But let's
that.
also not forget how the streaming services have favored Drake in insane ways over the years.
You cannot discredit
Ever since
that,
the
bro.
public perception was that Drake lost, he has done everything in his power to try and show how unbothered he is by both not like us, but also by the beatdown in general. Going bowling under the name 69 God, continuing his bot narrative, and releasing some really average songs. Like, I'm talking about the Drake stimulus package potentially no longer existing. None of these mini songs he's released even came close to sniffing the #1 spot, and most of them fell off the charts just as fast as they went on. Comparing this to the past, when Drake would give an artist a feature, it was almost a guaranteed smash hit. Like, even a Young Thug and 21 Savage feature couldn't help him get there, as their song would peak at 28. He would even deploy Lil Yachty to help him push this unbothered narrative.
He really did. He didn't give a.
Really?
No, he was genuinely unfazed. I respected it a lot, and I talked to him.
So wait, question: why he kicked Yachty off the tracks though? Because I reacted to something kind of sort of related to Drake's last video, and it was like he kicked Yachty off the track. Why he kicked Yachty off the track
As
for?
he shouldn't. He's the fucking guy.
Still, all of this has not stopped Drake fans from coping with this loss in the saddest ways possible.
I think that people had a weird moment. People were supporting a weird record. And I've said this from day one. I'm like, yo, bro, I just don't, that message, I cannot dance and groove to that message of that record. And seeming like he lost and he wasn't a part of the, all of that was bullshit. It was just some shit that people made up, tried to make a real thing, tried to throw into the game.
It worked.
It did not work.
Why did Kendrick, who has dominated the last 15 years of my
Just
life,
said
have to remind us? Because that record worked.
No, I'm telling you, it's because people were caught up in a moment. They were caught in a moment.
Kendrick smoked it.
Yes, but when you say he lost, what did he lose? He didn't lose anything. Music-wise, what did he lose? Music-wise, what did he lose?
The battle. Cool.
And Aubrey's Angels would even turn on me, claiming I am mentally ill for my interest and ability to cash in on one of the biggest moments in hip-hop history. Like the sheer irony of someone who has an entire page dedicated to dick riding Drake calling me out for actually making money on my personal opinion on this situation is hilarious. Like, this dude wakes up every day gargling Drake's nuts and defending him for hours, but I'm the one with the issue. Not DJ Academics, not all these other Drake meat riders who have not shut the fuck up for 1 second. I mean, they even tried to make
Whoa! Who said that? To my future wife and kids, I love Drake more than y'all, and I'm not. What? Nigga, you gay.
Who have not shut the fuck up.
That's
for 1
what
second.
you is,
I mean, they
nigga. You
tried to make
gay.
it seem like I am who Kendrick is talking about when he says it's what the culture's feeling. But it's like, no, I'm not the culture. I'm just a big fan of hip-hop who loves to see two titans from my generation finally go head-to-head, after obviously sneak dissing each other for like the last decade. These guys are the culture though, and they weren't rocking with Drake, with some of them being his good friends in the past. Now, something else that Drake would do is create this alt Instagram page, while also releasing some behind-the-scenes footage and a ton of unheard songs and demos. And to be honest, this 100 GB drive that he continues to update has not really had the online impact that I felt he thought it would. I mean, don't get me wrong, as a big fan of hip-hop and as a fan of Drake, it is cool to see some of these behind-the-scenes looks, but I feel like I haven't really seen anybody talking about it, or it generating any sort of excitement. At least not what you would expect from a massive drop like that from Drake.
One thing I'll say about all of these Drake drops is, it's feeling very, very, very uneventful. Like, Drake's music, it really marks a time, you know what I mean? It marks a time, it marks a moment. It's special, you feel me? And these leaks or these drops or however they're doing them, it's just really uneventful.
I will say it's beyond clear to me at this point that there were many people in all sorts of industries who really felt like Drake has disrespectfully overstayed his welcome in the game. Like
that boy tried to hit that usher right there. He tried to hit that.
To me at this point that there were many people in all sorts of industries who really felt like Drake has disrespectfully overstayed his welcome in the game. Like,
Boy.
if one conspiracy is true in all of this, I think it's definitely that. Whether you're talking about the dude who used to own Twitter or Serena Williams' husband.
You know, everybody was very, very excited about the elimination of Drake.
Now, something else that has come out about Drake is more controversy, as What's the Dirt pretty much pulled his file and found some very interesting stuff regarding more questionable activity with at the time minors, including Bella Hadid and Madison Breer.
Though his house that he has a bathtub that is literally the size of this room. And it's gigantic and so dope. I was like sitting in it. I was like, can I just lay here and like chill?
I even found some footage of this exact Drake Memorial Day party where you can tell that the women in attendance, to me, don't really look like grown women. I mean, come on, guys. Like, I'm a fair man, but like, I'm not even assuming here. Like, these are clearly teenagers, right? Here he is in St. Bart's at a New Year's Eve yacht party, and what we can easily conclude about this party is that teenage girls were definitely in attendance because there's clear evidence of this happening.
I got back from St. Bart's on Monday, and so there was an after party that we got invited to. It was on the Vava. So many cool people there. We talked with Drake for a little bit.
This girl was born on February 5th, 2004, which would mean she was only 17 years old during this yacht party.
I was just in St. Bart's with Drake and that 150 supermodels in it.
And I think that Kendrick knows something about these parties.
And y'all should definitely go check his full video out, because there's a whole lot of Easter eggs in there regarding the peculiar things that Drake has done over the years, and how Kendrick subtly wove them into these diss records. I did also want to note here that Drake has been linked to this creepy streamer.
This is my homegirl from Toronto right here. Rate her stream right. This is my homegirl. She is very funny, and she's very crazy.
Who has been asking unsuspecting individuals to get nude on stream using one of those video chat websites that connects you to a random person, while also not divulging that she is streaming to thousands of people, and obviously not verifying ages.
Hey girl, you are so pretty. How old are you?
Thank you. I'm 18.
Oh, you're so pretty. Do you want to flash each other our boob?
Hey girl, you are so
pretty.
I feel like you and I can solidify this friendship and flash each other. What do you think?
He's streaming.
No, I wouldn't get you to flash.
Why do you get so freaky on here, Snow? Like, what? Why is that? Like, why do you?
I literally tell people I'm a guy. It's just funny trying to get people to get freaky, and then you tell them you're a guy, and they still don't feel away. They still want to do crazy shit.
Now, Kendrick's other video that he would land was with the Not Like This video, which has amassed over 111 million views as I write this. The video itself is riddled with slick imagery and allusions to various Drake allegations, and of course some not so subtle jabs thrown in there. In this video, Kendrick once again brings out quite a few people from Compton to dance on Drake's grave. You got Kendrick even trolling the imagery from the Family Matters video in this scene. You got him doing these push-ups in what looks to be some sort of isolated set. You also have him whooping the Al Pinata's ass with the disclaimer that no OV hoes were harmed during the making of this video. Which I don't know if that's necessarily true, as so many of Drake's fans were still calling like a redheaded stepchild. People were speculating that these storage containers were an allusion to Drake's potential involvement with human trafficking, and you also get a DeMar DeRozan appearance here. Obviously, with him being mentioned in the song, this was not surprising, but it should be noted that he used to apparently have a pretty good relationship with Drake back when he played for the Raptors.
You went to Drake after you were traded. What did you guys talk about?
Well, besides basketball and everything, just the reassurance of like, you know, that was my partner. That was a friend. That was a friend of mine. No matter what, you know, when it come to him, he'll forever have a friend in me and loyalty out of me.
Then we get Kendrick responding to the family drama allegations with his wife and children, and it's quite obvious that these are both his biological kids. Like, you cannot fake those years. That is genetics. He has his wife dancing on Drake's grave over the line about it being God's plan to show them the liar. Like, this is all he had to say about a pretty unfounded rumor regarding their relationship. It's not really like Drake, where you have several young girls talking about their personal connections with him. Not to mention that this music video is directed by the person Drake claims to be the father of Kendrick's baby, his best friend Dave Free. People were also clowning Drake when this music video came out, saying that he could never do this with his family, because not only was his hand forced when he revealed to his son due to the Pusha T beef, but we also know that the woman he got pregnant was a corn star whose image he was trying to clean up. People were also noting how Drake was trying to break up families with this beef, and bringing up this clip where Pusha talked about how Drake looks at family relationships in general.
What is the real issue with you in marriage? So then now I gotta dig deeper into who the person is. Now I gotta dig in and see, what are y'all like? What's your family like? Oh, your dad left you at 5. Oh, I get that. He never walked you to the bus stop. You're mad about this. You know, your mom, she never remarried. You don't even know what like family is, so of course you don't dig marriage.
And lastly, we got the symbolism with the light-skinned owl in the cage, which I think is Kendrick's way of saying that he has the control now, and that he essentially has Drake trapped in the corner. Now, while this music video premiered on YouTube and started trending online, Michael Rubin's White Party for the Elite was also going on. And of course, Drake and many other celebrities were in attendance. Apparently, Drake was nervous about this, and he pulled up with a massive entourage.
In reality, I heard that Drake showed up there, all that bullshit about niggas got limited amount of tickets. I heard they gave Drake about 20 tickets. He showed up with all his goons, and he was in there looking to see what's popping with anybody who had status. You might have to do the pop out with 20 niggas. Like,
pause though. How you gonna pull up to the party with all of your doggone people, and we ain't talking about no regular civilians, man? This is Michael Rubin's party. You got Jake Paul, Odell Beckham. Who else I seen? Now I seen Lala. Who else? All these doggone people. I think I seen Justin Jefferson. I don't know, but you got all these professional athletes, all these people, and you gonna pop out like you going to the club or around a bunch of regular civilians, sir. You pulling up to people who are basically just like you. Everybody famous, and you gonna pop out with an entourage at a doggone Michael Rubin party? Like, come on now.
What's going on here? What y'all doing? Certified what, nigga? What you say?
And many people noted that Drake was looking around a decade older than usual in these photos. Like, this man is pushing 40 years old. I think it's time for him to stop calling himself the boy. Also, to me, this party's just always screamed weird Illuminati shit going on. Y'all know P. Diddy used to host these things, so enough said there. Throughout this beef, and even in the aftermath, my main takeaway was actually how stark the contrast is between these two superstar rappers. You have one dude addicted to fame, power, and all that it entails, and the other seeming to try and live as normal of a life as he can. And at the end of the day, Drake ended up with a seriously damaged ego, in my opinion, and the way he has decided to move since his loss has been desperate. From leaking his own songs to test the waters of public opinion, to using DJ Academics and other streamers as his mouthpiece, it really all tells me that he doesn't know what to do at this point. Like, back when he went to war with Pusha T and clearly lost, it was like, okay, I'm gonna use LeBron's podcast to try and clean up this kid situation, then I'm gonna go ahead and drop a couple of hits, and it was really all good. Most casual fans could care less. And I actually think it's in his best interest to go away for a little bit, make the people miss him again, and then he's gotta come back dropping absolute hits. Because the songs he's put out lately and been featured on have had almost no momentum outside of his fans. I mean, don't get me wrong, overall he will be fine and he will continue to be one of the biggest artists on the planet. But to me, this is where we might start to see the downward momentum of Drake's career really begin. And realistically, that probably would have been the case either way, as the dude has been on top since I was entering high school. But I do think this beef really sped up that process and exposed some of the biggest kinks in Drake's armor that seemed bulletproof for such a long time. Now, unless something absolutely crazy happens, this will probably be my last Drake video for quite a long time, but I did kind of want to wrap a bow on this entire thing. I will say that Drake has claimed on his fake Instagram that apparently Game 2 is coming and he's gonna win.
I'll put it in the front page, back page, middle page, wherever. Headliners, column 1 or 2, we will win Game 2. Back it off. We will win Game 2.
So this might not be the last we see of this beef. And overall, I don't want to see Drake crumble. I do hope that he goes on to make some good music for his fans. Obviously, I do have some questions about some of his nasty behavior over the years. But those are questions we likely will not get answers to for a very long time. I do feel like Kendrick has a crazy, more commercial, damn type of album on the way. So I'm excited for that as well. And overall, the most pathetic thing about this whole situation to me hasn't actually been Drake, but his delusional fans. Like, this shit ended 4 months ago, and they are crying day in and day out, scrambling on Twitter trying to defend their GOAT. And I just find it hilarious. It's actually the main reason I'm dropping this video right here. But either way, I do want to thank you guys for subscribing and dropping a like on today's video. But as you guys know, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and some other rap beef out here needs to be covered. So I'm out. Peace!
Hey man, I'm gonna say this. I honestly, my honest opinion, I feel like it's gonna be a part 2 to the beef, just because Drake not finished with it yet. You know what I'm saying? And it's to the point now where, like, if he don't do something or drop some heat, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just gonna fall. Not saying that he gonna fall completely, cause Drake, like Buddy said, Drake done been a top rapper for years. So if he drops some heat, bruh, I feel like it's gonna be a part 2. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. This is the end of the video. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment. Most importantly, make sure y'all subscribe and hit that post notification bell. Set it to all. All social media links will be in the description. The link to the previous reaction video will also be there as well. Follow me on all my social medias and click the link to the previous reaction video and watch that whole video after you watch this whole video. And don't forget that I am partnered with SeanArmor.com, #1 producer in auto detailing products. All of that information will still be in the description, man. But the website is still down, unfortunately. And yeah, you can't go to their website and order nothing, man. But I'm gonna keep y'all updated on when the website is back up and running. So at this point in time, don't even much try to go there and use anything or nothing on that website, because that website is literally not working at the moment, man. But listen, that's besides the point. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all for showing me love back. And we out this thing, man, for real.